The battle between Rick Ross, Big Meech, and 50 Cent continues, and boy, is it getting ugly out here in these YouTube streets, child. Now, allegedly, 50 Cent had something to do with Big Meech's concert being canceled because a lot of the artists backed out. And prior to that, I don't know if Big Meech got word on the street that the concert wasn't going to happen or whatever, but ultimately it ended in Big Meech having to come to the internet to address the snitching allegations.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me.
Now, not too long after Big Meech made that public announcement, a lot of people started posting his paperwork and looking up, okay, did he snitch? Did he not snitch? Well, child, they found the paperwork. And not only that, but Cuffy, the guy who Tammy Cowins and Big Meech set up, also came to the internet to put the whole thing to rest. And guys, listen to this.
This call is from a federal prison.
Hey, you know, a lot of people, man, is thinking that this thing is made up or this thing is fake or that I have an axe to grind, you feel me? But I'm in here with a 27-year sentence based on Demetrius Flannery, as you all know as Big Meech, and Tammy Cowins, known in the paperwork as CS1, Confidential Source 1. So what Big Meech did was call a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Cowins signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut. Plain and simple. We were rewarded what's called a Franks hearing. It's based on a case called U.S. versus Frank. And what a Franks hearing entails is that you're able to cross-examine your accusers, meaning government agents, meaning informants, and so on and so forth, just like a regular trial. So this was testified in court. That I became a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut. Well, what they don't understand is that he never received the time cut because what came out was that she had an illicit sexual relationship with Special Agent Keith Cromer. But her first DA handler was the guy who wrote the BMF indictment, Special Agent Jack Harvey. Yeah, he retired, and then her handler became a brother by the name of Keith Cromer, Special Agent Keith Cromer, who was also fired behind this particular case. So Meech never received the time cut because unbeknownst to a lot of people, it's against the law to have a sexual relationship or any personal relationship with a government informant. From that conspiracy, they indicted me on 2 murder charges. Subsequently, I pled guilty to 2 gun charges in exchange for them dropping the murder charges out of a totally different, nothing to do with the drug conspiracy, but they falsely accused it as being a part of the drug conspiracy. And then they brought about the gun charges as using the gun charges in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime. They superseded me. Didn't have nothing to do. Yeah, it still had something to do with that. They still let the drug conspiracy stand between Tammy Cowins and myself. They had to leave the drug charges there. Murder charges or gun charges unless it's tied to something. If it's not tied to anything, then the government don't have jurisdiction. So a carjacking has to be tied to something. To have a gun charge of using a 924C, as I have, or 924 discharging a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime that results in death. So me and Tammy were working on the BMF movie. I originally had the script and paid for the script for the BMF movie, not the show that 50's doing on Stars. But I originally paid for the script for the BMF movie, so we were shopping the movie. Tammy Cowins, CS1, had all Meech life rights. This all the way back in 2010. Well, Meech, so let's take it back. The original target was the guy by the name of Fidel Suarez. That was a Mexican cartel member out of California. He was the initial target, but when the government found out she was in contact with me, they switched the investigation toward me, what's called third-party cooperation, and that's what we've been preaching because that's a dirty little secret. Yeah, she set me up. Meech put her with Special Agent Jack Harvey.
Woo, child, in the words of White 100.
That's nasty work.
Now, guys, I'm a big Meech fan, and I was so hoping that he would come out and do his big one, but I don't know if it's looking like that's going to be possible after all of what's come out, right? But drop in the comments, guys, and let me know what you think. Do you think that there's anybody in this situation, including 50 Cent, that, has clean hands? I'm out at 5,000, but y'all can always catch me in these YouTube streets.